us see hormonal control of male reproductive system. See, spermatogenesis, that is the production of sperm, start at the age of puberty due to increase in the secretion of gonadotropin releasing hormone from hypothalamus. So which release this hormone? Gonadotropin releasing hormone is released by hypothalamus. And what happened to this gonadotropin releasing hormone? These act on the anterior pituitary. This act on the anterior pituitary gland and stimulates them secretion of two gonadotropin hormones. That two gonadotropin hormones are this ICS, that is interstitial cell stimulating hormone, or otherwise called as luteinizing hormone. The another hormone is called as follicle stimulating hormone. Then this ICS or luteinizing hormone, it acts on Leydig cells, and the Leydig cell secretes testosterone. This hormone is helpful for the development of secondary sexual characters, as well as it stimulates the process of spermatogenesis also. The FSH acts on the Sertoli cells, and the Sertoli cells secrete androgen binding protein. This androgen binding protein also stimulates the process of spermatogenesis, and also it concentrates testosterone in the seminiferous tubule. That is concentration of testosterone in seminiferous tubules. Suppose if excess spermatogenesis takes place, that is spermatogenesis ரொம்ப அதிகமாக நடந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா, then this Sertoli cell secrete inhibin hormone. The inhibin hormone stop the secretion of this anterior pituitary, and also it reaches the hypothalamus and stop the secretion of gonadotropin releasing hormone. Further, the process is stopped. This is negative feedback mechanism. At the same time, you can see here Leydig cells also secrete testosterone. If the testosterone level is excess, again that is negative feedback mechanism takes place. Then it stops the secretion of anterior pituitary as well as from the hypothalamus also. That's all about the hormonal control of male reproductive system. Next one, we'll see structure of sperm. If you see, you can see here, this is the sperm. You can see three parts. First one is, this is what, no, head. This is head, and this is what, no, neck. And this is middle piece. This is middle piece, and this is tail region. So what are the parts found in sperm? That is head, the neck, middle piece and tail. First we'll see about neck. The neck, first we'll see about the head. See, the head is covered by a cap. This cap is called acrosome cap. This cap is called as what? Acrosome cap, or otherwise called as anterior nuclear cap, or Gallia capitis, or Gallia capitis. So acrosomal cap or anterior nuclear cap or Gallia capitis. See, this acrosome is a bag-like structure, is filled with what enzyme? No, lytic enzymes. That lytic enzyme is called as sperm lysin. That lytic enzyme is called as what? Sperm lysin. The next, in the anterior part of the middle piece, see, this is the middle piece. In the anterior part of the middle piece, you can see what? What is present? Neck is present. Next, neck region. See, the neck is narrow. It contains proximal centriole and also distal centriole, otherwise called as distal centriole basal body. Then, see, you can see the filament. This is an axial filament. Is just begins behind the distal centriole. Distal centriole behind or filament arise. Adu vandu enna axial filament. This axial filament passes through the middle piece and extends into the tail. At the point where the middle piece and the tail joins, the axial filament passes through a, in the இடத்துல ஒரு ring like structure இருக்கும். Passes through a ring like structure that is called as, and that is annulus or ring centriole, ring centriole, or that is Zenson ring. or Zenson ring. The next, the part of the axil filament which lies in the middle piece, you can see here the axil filament which lies in the middle piece are surrounded by a, you can see this, surrounded by a spiral sheath. That is, this spiral sheath is made up of what? No, it is nothing but this mitochondria. That is nothing but mitochondria. Mitochondria. Then that is Niebenken sheath. Niebenken sheath. Niebenken sheath. And see the now again we'll come to the head. The nuclear part of the head of the spermatozoa, no, it consists of chromatin. It consists of what? Chromatin, that is mostly DNA. And how it is? No, it is condensed. It can, and also it contains the basic nature protein called protamine. What is present here? What is the basic nature protein? Protamine is also present. Protamine is also present. The next one, see, the next we will come to the tail region. The axil filament passes through the middle piece, and most of the tail is composed of several fibrils. See, the axil filament is composed of several fibrils. And how the fibrils, just you can see here, see this, there is a pair of central fibrils, see, like this, there is a pair of, இது வந்து axil filament ஓட structure நான் explain பண்றேன். Axil filament எப்படி இருக்குன்னு சொல்றேன். There is a pair of what? Fibril and the central fibril. ஒரு ரெண்டு fibril நடுவுல இருக்கும். அதை சுத்தி 9 pairs இருக்கும். அது எப்படி இருக்கும்னா டபுளட்டா இருக்கும். இந்த மாதிரி டபுளட்ஸா இருக்கும். Okay, arranged in a circle around the central pair. So இதுதான் axil filament ஓட structure. Next, நம்ம middle piece பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா? Middle piece is also called as what chamber? No, energy chamber. ஏன்னா that middle piece is surrounded by a spirally arranged mitochondria. Okay, and finally the entire sperm is enclosed in what? Plasma membrane. Entire sperm is enclosed in what? Plasma membrane. The next one is tail is the longest part of the sperm, and how the sperm moves? With the help of tail. And the basal granule of tail is what? Distal centriole. Next one we will see structure of ovum. Human ovum is non-cladotic. Non-cladotic egg means it is not covered by shell. Then alethal. Then next one is microscopic in nature. Then the cytoplasm in ovum is called as ooplasm, and these then you can see here that is it contains large nucleus called germinal vesicle. That is the nucleus called germinal vesicle. The next one is the ovum is surrounded by 3 coverings, namely inner thin transparent membrane called Vitelline membrane. See, this one is Vitelline membrane. The inner thin transparent membrane is called Vitelline membrane, and the middle one that is thick, this is called as zona pellucida. This is called as what? Zona pellucida. And the outer thin coat of follicular cells, this is called as corona radiata. Corona radiata. So human ovum is surrounded by 3 coverings, namely the innermost is called as Vitelline membrane, and the middle is called as zona pellucida, and the outer coat of follicular cell is called as corona radiata. And see, between the Vitelline membrane and the zona pellucida is a narrow space. This space is called as pre-Vitelline space, and the space is called as what? Pre-Vitelline space.